everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to continue sniffing our way through the brand new Fall and Winter 2020 catalog. We've already covered new releases, we've already covered the holiday collection, now we are moving on to the spice collection. We have 17 fragrances to sniff through together, so we're gonna go ahead and get started so y'all are not sitting around with me for an hour. So you guys know your girl is long-winded and I have thoughts when it comes to scents, right? So let's go ahead and get started. We will start off with a bestseller apple and cinnamon sticks, which is a nice kind of burnt red kind of color, which is nice. And this one, first of all, it's a crazy strong performer, and this is pretty much exactly what you would expect. It is apples, it is cinnamon, but it is that, like, instead of like red hot candy kind of cinnamon, it is like actual cinnamon sticks. Like, you do actually get a very authentic, almost, well, spicy cinnamon type scent. But what I also like about this is that there is a little bit of a wood note in this, and I do really like it. It kind of brings in kind of an earthy kind of feel to this, so I do like this. I am not one that tends to love overly cinnamon scents, but I feel like this is a nice balance between apples, cinnamon, and a little bit of wood. But it's really, really nice. So like I said, another kind of powerhouse. This one I definitely have to be in the mood for during the fall and winter months, but it is one that I always like to have a bar just on hand because it's like when I feel like it, I want it and I want it now kind of situation. So Scentsy says apple and cinnamon sticks, apple peel, spiced white pumpkin, and a touch of oak. So it says that there's pumpkin in here. I don't necessarily get pumpkin from this. I really don't personally. It is more of that like apple, cinnamon, oak. Like, that's really all I get, but it is a really good one. So apple and cinnamon sticks, love that one. Next, we have Cozy Fireside, and this is kind of a darker red wax. This one, it's cinnamon and it's fire. Like, it smells like cinnamon. So this one is apples, cinnamon, and wood. Drop the apples and you have Cozy Fireside, to me personally. This is cinnamon, and it is that more like cinnamon stick rather than like that candy red hot cinnamon. But it's like cinnamon stick, wood, and kind of a little bit of a smoky kind of feel. So this one's nice. Not usually my cup of tea, but I've got several friends who love this. In fact, I've got a girlfriend coming over tonight and she's like, please tell me you have some Cozy Fireside. I'm like, not yet, but so soon. So she loves this one. So Cozy Fireside. Scentsy says about Cozy Fireside, warm spice notes with zesty ginger and cinnamon, of course. Okay, next one is Autumn Hearth, and this is more of a like brown wax. And this one, gotta have my nose kind of recover from the cinnamon. This one, I do remember this. This is just one of those, and I'm sorry if there's gonna be several of not several, but at least two of these in here where my descriptions are gonna be not ideal. So if these are your favorite fragrances, I apologize. This smells like dirty feet to me. This totally smells like dirty feet. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be more of like a woody kind of a scent. There might be some apple in there. I don't know. I just smell dirty feet. Sorry, guys. This is my nose going rogue. You guys know this. Every once in a while, my nose will go rogue and do its own thing. So Autumn Hearth is one of those. Like I said, I'm really sorry if this is like one of your favorites. Everybody's sniffer differs. It doesn't mean that you like the smell of dirty feet. Autumn Hearth, cue up a classic. Apple, cinnamon, and tonka are all about fall. So see, I did get the apple kind of, but I think it's gotta be. The tonka in here is just kind of throwing it off for me. So I'm sorry. It's just, it does something weird in translation, so. Okay, next one is Dancing Sugar Plums. We actually talked about this in the new releases, so definitely check that out. But This is a really, really good one. And the more I sniff through this, the more I really, really like it. I love it. Love it. So if you want a more like in-depth, definitely check that one out. But Dancing Sugar Plums, I'm actually surprised is considered a spice scent and not fruity. I get more fruity, but that's just me. We know my nose does its own thing. Okay, Autumn Sunset is next. And this is a really pretty dark purple wax. This one I do really like. This one is fall spices. And I think I get apple and pumpkin with fall spices. I do. I think I do. Let me see. I do! I'm so excited. I'm like, I think I get apples and pumpkins and fall spices. And you do. I just feel like that's so generic to say for a fall fragrance, and I feel like I'm gonna be saying that a lot in this category, so sorry. But Scentsy says, I'm proud of my nose here, apples, pumpkins, fall leaves, and spices, a top 10 fragrance. So simple and to the point. You can't be mad at that, right? So that's Autumn Sunset. And I believe that one's a good performer if I do remember correctly. Next one is Farm Stand Pumpkin. And this one I'm actually surprised is in the spice collection because I don't get spice, well, maybe ever so slightly. This is more pumpkin for me. And if you are someone who you don't do bakery, and that's the thing with, it's almost like the apple fragrance where like most apple fragrances have some sort of spice along with it, which is why I like Johnny Appleseed, because it's just straight apple. Also another reason why I like, what's the other new one, the apples and oats or something? Yeah, apples and oats, there's no real spice note to it. So it's, with that being said, with pumpkin fragrances, a lot of times it's got a bakery twist. I myself am a bakery girl, so I am here for it, but not everybody is. If you want to enjoy a pumpkin fragrance and enjoy your fall pumpkin scent without having it be gourmand, this is gonna be for you. So this is more fresh pumpkin with just a little hint of fall spice. It's not overpowering. It's more pumpkin. More of the pumpkin is actually shining through, which I can really appreciate. Is it my favorite pumpkin scent? It's not, but I like it. I'm a pumpkin girl. I am as pumpkin as it comes. So I'm not gonna kick it out of my warmers. That's for sure. But I'm, like I said, I'm more of a bakery girl. So if I'm going pumpkin, I'm going to one of these others that I will definitely share with you. Anyways, that's Farm Stand Pumpkin, which Scentsy says, indulgent notes of fresh apple, cinnamon stick, pumpkin, and caramel. If you are someone, because I know a lot of people are kind of turned off by the whole like caramel sweetness. It can be too sweet, too cloying, headache inducing. I don't smell any caramel in this. It's not, I wouldn't say that this is overly sweet or cloying. So don't let that turn you away from this scent if that's you. I don't smell caramel in it at all. So next one here, let's go First Day of Fall. This one is really nice. This one is a returning fragrance as well. And this is just, once again, I feel like all of these have some kind of an apple base. It's good. It's good. It's like apples and gosh, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Okay. Scentsy says, First Day of Fall, all the best parts are here. Just picked pumpkin, a breath of autumn woods. Yes, I can get that. Ground nutmeg, that's what's in this. There is a little bit of nutmeg in here and a spicy dash of cinnamon. So I do like this. It is pumpkin. I do get a little bit of that, like, it's not, the wood in this is not like overpowering. It's just like a hint of the wood, and then the ground nutmeg and cinnamon is just a nice little hint there, which I do really like. Okay, next one is Blood Orange Spice, and that's of course going to be a nice dark red. This one for me, I know a lot of people who do really like this. This one is not my cup of tea, and I will explain, but I did hear that I've heard that this is a really good performer. This is one I did have to, I think, kick out of my warmers because it was actually making me a little bit nauseous, if I remember the scent correctly. And yeah, there's some, I mean, it's a bitter fragrance. It's meant to be bitter, I think. So, but I know a lot of people who do really like this, and Scentsy even says it's a bestseller, and it was only around last year. So this must have done really, really well to be a bestseller. It just smells, that's the only way I can describe it. It just kind of smells bitter. So Scentsy says, this sweet tart trio, I beg to differ. That's just my nose. If this is your favorite, I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you. This sweet tart trio of candied apple, blood orange puree, and cinnamon stick will satisfy your autumn obsession. I don't get cinnamon in this. It must be that blood orange puree. That's just because I think blood orange is more bitter. That's really all I smell. I would not have classified this as a spice fragrance because I don't get any spice from this, but that's just me. I'm just saying. Okay, next one is Homestead Holiday. And this one is one that is a little bit of a dark horse for me. This is one of those that I had smelled in the tester and I was like, yeah, it's fine. Take it or leave it, I'll be fine. And then one of my girlfriends warmed it at her house and I was like, oh yeah. And yeah, this may be a good or bad thing. I don't know. I like it though. This smells like a fall time potpourri. I don't know if that's good or not, but it does smell like a fall time potpourri. I, once again, would not classify this as a spicy fragrance. It just smells like potpourri, and I actually really, really like it. But like I said, this one was one that I smelled it in the tester and I was like, okay, well, that's fine. And then when I smelled it warming in her house, I was like, wait, what's warming? What's happening? She's like, it's that Homestead Holiday. I was like, no, it is not. It is. It's really good. This is one of those that kind of transforms a little bit when it's warmed, and it's really, really nice. So I do like this one a lot, and that's Homestead Holiday. And here's the funny thing. You can call me a liar, and that's just fine. Homestead Holiday, blood orange. Blood orange and cinnamon, freshened by fir needle. So obviously, the fir needle is playing a big part in this because it doesn't smell bitter to me at all. Totally different fragrance. And if you are a consultant or if you are someone who you have smelled both of these fragrances, now they have different notes, so that's why. But blood orange spice and Homestead Holiday smell nothing alike. I love this one. And I just got done saying, yeah, it's because it's blood orange. Liar. I don't know. I don't know. I like it. So I don't know. It is sweeter. And like I said, I think the fir needle is just playing a really good balance between possibly the bitter, the spice, and giving it a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of like a green note. I'm a fan. What can I say? Homestead Holiday. Too funny. Okay, next is Christmas Cottage. And we actually talked about this in the holiday collection. So, right? We did, right? This has to be in the holiday collection. Yep, sure is. So this one's really nice. I love this one. This is a bestseller. And it's cinnamon, but there's a little bit of orange. There's like a little bit of sweetness along with the cinnamon, which is really nice. So I love it. Christmas Cottage, if you missed out on that video for the holiday collection, a cozy, inviting blend of Valencia oranges, raspberries, cloves, and spices. I am a fan. Okay, next we have Maple Apple Bourbon, and this one is a bestseller as well. And this one I like. It's a little sweet for me. The maple really comes through on this. I do smell a little bit of the boozy note. So, but I know a lot of people really like this. I'm one of these, I can take it or leave it. If I'm going to choose an apple scent, I'm probably gonna choose a different route, but this is definitely different. And if you love maple scents, because we don't have a ton of maple fragrances, so if you love maple, if maple's your jam, pick this up. This one is really nice if you love maple. So Maple Apple Bourbon, Scentsy says, juicy red apple and rich maple, get in the holiday spirit with a splash of bourbon. So there's that. And next, we'll talk about Cider Mill first. Cider Mill is my love. I love this one so much. This one was in my Scentsy club. If this ever, so this will retire. This will retire at the end of the fall and winter season when we get ready for next spring and summer. And this will go into my club. If this ever decides to not come back, this will stay in my club forever and ever and ever. This is amazing. Amazing, amazing. In my top probably 5 favorite fall fragrances of all times. Love this one so much. It's just apples and pumpkins. Maybe a tiny bit of spice. So tiny, so minute, it's almost undetectable. It is so good. I love this. It is very close to Bath & Body Works. I always forget the order of this. If it's pumpkin apple, I want to say it's pumpkin apple from Bath & Body Works. Very similar. Oh, so good. Cider Mill brings together fresh apples, crushed pumpkin, and simmering spices for a cozy autumn treat. It is fall time perfection. And every time I have this in my warmer and someone comes over, they're like, oh, good gracious, what is happening? What is in your warmers? I need to know what's happening. So Cider Mill for the win every single time. Okay, let's talk Perfect Pumpkin Pear. For those of you who have been with me for, I was gonna say any amount of time, but at least for a year, you will know how I feel about this because this one was a scent of the month. This was a scent of the month last year. I had high hopes for this. Scentsy had a scent years ago. Very Perry Pumpkin. That's what I was hoping for this. No, it's nothing like it. I know a lot of people who really like this, but this is one of those that my nose goes rogue and does its own thing. And no matter how many times I smell this, and if you've seen the original video, this was, because it was in a whiff box when I first smelled it for the very first time, because you know how we get those little sneak sniff samples. It smells like vomit. So now in the spice collection, we have Dirty Feet and Vomit. I'm sorry, once again, if this is like your favorite scent of all time, I apologize. I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is just what my nose picks up, but that's all there is. Some people have said this smells more like potpourri to them. I don't get any pear in this whatsoever. I don't know what I get in this. I don't know. I don't know. So if this is your favorite scent of all time, I'm so happy for you that it made it in the regular catalog. I will leave all of the bars for you to order. Perfect Pumpkin Pear, fall fresh pumpkin and crisp golden pears mingle with breeze, drifting cloves, and sandalwood accents. I think for me, for my nose, there's just too much going on that it's just, there's something that just doesn't translate to the brain. Okay. Next is Cinnamon Bear, and this one is a bestseller. This one's been around forever and ever and ever, and this is just red hot tamales. That's what this smells like. Hot tamales, those candies, or the red cinnamon bear candies. That's just it. It's all cinnamon. If you are someone who you are like, cinnamon is my jam, that's all I want. I don't want the apples. I don't want pumpkins. I don't want anything else. Just give me the cinnamon. Don't mess around with any of the other things. Cinnamon and bear, that is going to be your jam. Okay, you know what is my jam? You know what is my jam? Besides Cider Mill is Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. Oh, good gracious, this is so good. So good. Before this scent, this was a scent of the month too, I think. And I believe I kept all the bars for myself. It's Pumpkin Pastry Perfection. The old triple P. Amazing. Before this came out, pumpkin roll was like my jam. And I still love pumpkin roll. I still have some bars of it. I will still buy more bars of it. But if pumpkin roll for you has a little bit too much cinnamon in it, because pumpkin roll, here's the difference for me. Pumpkin roll smells like a pumpkin Cinnabon. That's exactly what it smells like. Or if you're not familiar, it's a pumpkin cinnamon roll. That's what it smells like. But Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl smells like that, but with a vanilla finish. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl, totally my jam. All day, every day during the fall time. Fresh pumpkin garnished with cinnamon stick and a dollop of whipped icing. Delicious. Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. Okay, we're rounding it out with the last two. Hang with me, folks. We have Clove and Cinnamon. And once again, for those of you who like the really strong, kind of spicy fall fragrances, this is gonna be your jam, I think. There's also a little bit of a wood note in this for me. So clove, cinnamon, and a little bit of a wood finish here. That's, my nose is sniffing something wrong. Scentsy says classic scent of cinnamon sticks fused with cloves. So there's no wood note in the description per se, but I get a little hint of a woody accent, if you will. So that's clove and cinnamon. And last but not least, and definitely a bestseller, is Welcome Home. This one tends to stay around all throughout the year. Definitely a bestseller. And this one always reminds me of walking into a craft store or walking into a Michael's. It's just, it's sweet. Like you get sweet berries, like sweet fall berries with cinnamon and other spices. But it's sweet, and I do really like this. It's sweet, not sweet like bakery, not like frosting or anything, but like a berry sweetness with fall spices. It's wonderful. So Scentsy says, welcome home, warm and welcoming with cinnamon and spices. There you go. And I love this. Also available in a brick through Scentsy Club. Absolutely worth it, because this is one of those that's just fantastic. So I like to share what my top picks would be for the collections. I think, have I been doing 3? I think I've been doing 3. So I would say Cider Mill, and not necessarily in any particular order, but I think Cider Mill would have to be number 1, Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl would have to be number 2, and Welcome Home would have to be number 3. Definitely sense that if they ever leave, they would go into my Scentsy Club and they would live their life there for the rest of time. So love those. So there you have it. Those are 17 of the fragrances that are going to be available starting August 1st. Holy moly, Saturday, for the fall and winter season. So I am so excited for this. Let me know in the comments if you have a favorite that is coming back in the spice section. If you haven't tried a particular fragrance that you are pretty interested to try out, let me know what you're interested in. The spice collection is bringing it, that is for sure. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.